Good morning. I would like to call this meeting to order. Thank you for joining us during our weekly virtual MLS breakfast meeting. My name is William Wei from Pinnacle Real Estate Group, and I am your August MLS Program Chair. A little about me. My name is William Wei from Pinnacle Real Estate. I have been in the real estate business since 2007. Currently, I am serving on the MLS committee since 2020, and it is my greatest honor to be here today. A few housekeeping tips. All participants will be muted upon entry to the MLS breakfast meeting. And should you have any questions or a comment, please remember to enter it into the chat box. Please remember to join us weekly as we have our virtual MLS breakfast meeting every Thursday at 9 a.m. As always, this meeting is being recorded and will be available online on our YouTube channel, West San Gabriel Valley Realtors. Please remember to follow WSGVR social media on Facebook at wsgv.realtors, Twitter at WSGVR, and Instagram at WSGVR. You can also watch all our pre-recorded videos on YouTube, WSGVR TV, and make sure to subscribe to WSGVR text message service to get the latest information. Please text WSGVR to the number 72727. We have a CRMLS quick tips. Rules and regulation at section 8.2. Participants and subscribers filling listings with the MLS shall have a written listing agreement with all necessary signatures in their possession. The Association Realtor/MLS shall have the right to demand a copy of written documentation to verify the adequacy and the information reported to the MLS at any time. For any more information, please visit www.go.crmls.org/compliance for more information and resources. Our affiliate introduction, today's agenda consists of our speakers, Sandi Franco, First American Home Warranty, David Tran from HomeGuard Home Warranty, Joseph Nguyen, Pillar to Post Home Inspectors, and Tony Escamilla via Home Inspections. Just a reminder that to be eligible for today's prices, you must have to be a WSGVR member and your name must be displayed to win. There's no telephone numbers will be accepted. Today's affiliate spotlight introduction will be brought to you by the affiliate committee, our chair, Sage Gomez, and our vice chair, Brandon Savreski. We will now have our affiliate introductions. Affiliates, please remember, this is just a morning greeting. There will be no promotions. First, we have Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America.
Good morning, William. Good morning, everyone. Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America, your 13 months home warranty. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Next, we have Sandi Franco from First American Home Warranty.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Sandi Franco, First American Home Warranty.
Next, we have John Wax from Snap NHD.
Good morning, William and everyone. The West San Gabriel Valley Association of Realtors. For all your NHD tax and environmental needs, have a wonderful day. My information will be in the chat.
Thank you. Next, please welcome Hong Chan Insurance.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Hong Chen from Hong Chen Insurance Agency. Thank you and have a wonderful day.
Thank you. And next we have Nancy Chan from Lawyers Title.
Good morning, everybody. Nancy Chan, Lawyers Title. Have a wonderful day.
And we have Angie Tan from Stewart Title.
Thank you, William. Good morning, caravanners. Angie Tang with Stewart Title. Have a wonderful caravan.
Thank you. Next, we have Judy Chow from AAA Capital Investments.
Good morning. This is Judy from AA Capital. Have a great week. Thank you.
Next, Teresa Lam from Corinthian Title.
Hello, this is Teresa Lam with Corinthian Title Company. Have a wonderful day.
And we have Cosmo Sanchez from New M Funding.
Good morning, everyone. Cosmo Sanchez with New Ink Funding. Thank you.
And we have Sage Gomez from MyNHD.
Good morning, everyone. Sage Gomez here with my NHG. Have a great day.
And next is Brendan Savransky from First American NHD.
Good morning, everyone. Brandon Spransky with First American NHD. Have a great day.
Thank you all. And always remember to support our affiliates with your transactions. We are also happy to include open pitching to our virtual MLS breakfast meeting. Today, we have no listing featured. At this time, please help me welcome our moderator today, Judy Chow from AAA Capital Investments.
Good morning.
And the affiliate panel, Sandi Franco, David Tran, Joseph Nguyen, and Tony Escamilla. The floor is yours, Judy.
Good morning. We have 3 questions for each of the panelists. Is Tony here? Okay, I'm going to start off with Joseph. He's a home inspector. The first question for Joseph is a home inspection the same thing as a home appraisal?
Good morning, everybody. This is Joseph with Pillar Post Home Inspectors. The question was, is a home inspection the same as a home appraisal? Actually, these two things could not be more different. An appraiser's function is to determine the value of a house on behalf of the lending institution, whereas home inspectors, we're only interested in the safety of the home, not the value. That means if the seller offers like a glowing appraisal report, you shouldn't be swayed into thinking you just save yourself the price of a home inspection. So it's always a good idea to not waive your home inspection. Thank you.
The next question is for David. David, is home
Yes.
warranty plan available for new construction? What are the benefits?
Well, far from a conventional belief that most people think that used homes need home warranty. Actually, new homes or new construction residential properties also have access to a special home warranty plan called new construction warranty. It's one price for 5 consecutive years, either beginning from years 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 after the close of escrow. Currently, it's available for single-family home under 5,000 square feet and condos only. The property must be in escrow. Here are the benefits. Because these are new homes, the considerable low risk justify the low price. Think about it. It gives you 5 years of peace of mind for the price of 1 year regular home warranty plan. Even though cover items such as the new water heater and new AC heating may comes with a 5-year or 6-year manufacturer warranty, most major household appliances usually come with a 1-year manufacturer's warranty. So it's not unheard of that some of these items will fail out of normal wear and tear within the first 5 years. The cost of professional repair these days is very expensive. A warranty can provide some monetary savings. If the condition is covered, you pay only a small deductible to get things fixed. It's always a hassle trying to find an honest technician with a reasonable quote for any repairs. With a home warranty plan, you only need to contact us. Warranty company use only licensed and insured technicians to make sure the jobs are done properly.
Okay, thank you, David. That's useful to know. I just got to know we can take it slowly. We have plenty of time. The next question is for Sandi. Sandi, if the home has a guest unit with separate entrance, do we need additional coverage for that unit?
Yes, we do. If it cannot be accessed, if the guest unit cannot be accessed from the main house, meaning a doorway from main home into guest unit, then we consider that a separate unit completely, and it needs its own coverage. If the homeowner plans on having the air conditioning or the plumbing covered, it has to have its own plan. So it's super important to make sure that these are things that you tell your home warranty rep, because generally speaking, we don't see the contract. We don't, unless we Google the house, we're not going to know. And this price is usually based on square footage. So hey, Sandy, I have an ADU and it's under 750 square feet. Tremendously helpful information so we can make sure we get your clients the best coverage.
Yeah, more time. Okay. The next question is Tony here.
Yeah, I think
Tony is
just
trying
came
to get on.
Oh, is he trying to get on? Yes.
Did
think
someone
so.
send him the link?
Okay.
I just saw the email. He's looking for the link.
I'll go to
Excuse me, there's no link. You need to register first, okay?
I'll go to Joe. I go to Joe. Oh, he's here. Somebody say he's here. Tony.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay.
I saw him sign in.
Is your are you unmuted? Somebody unmute him. Tony. How do
here we go. I'm
here we go,
unmuted. Sorry.
Tony.
Good
Oh,
morning,
great.
everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
So
We have
sorry I
plenty
was
of time,
late
so glad you're
this
here.
morning. I'm actually out of town for my daughter's wedding, and
Ooh.
so it's made it interesting. I'm in a hotel room right now.
Okay, so Tony, here's the question for you.
Yes.
What would you say to the top issues you find during a home inspection?
The top issue I find generally is drainage issues. Hands down, drainage issues, which end up causing moisture damage of some kind or another, whether it be in a foundation because the slope of the soil is sloped towards the house, or because there's low spots around the house. Sometimes these nice planter beds around a house, they're really pretty, but they tend to retain water when it rains. And lack of roof gutters. Lack of roof gutters, it prevents being able to drain the water away from the house as quickly as possible. Drainage most of the time is what causes foundation damage, causes damage to other structures, splashing up against the house, which causes damage to the walls and sometimes causes moisture to seep inside underneath the house in the crawl space. But yeah, drainage, hands down.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go back to David. David, do high-end and large luxury homes need home warranty? What are the benefits?
Well, it all depends on how you define high-end and luxury homes. Currently, most home warranty companies price their policy based on the size of the living square footage. Homes that are between 5,000 to 10,000 square feet at a higher rate. Some company may not cover homes over 10,000 square feet, so be sure to check with your home warranty company to see if that kind of policy is available. Aside from the size of the property, most home warranty companies price their rate based on the duplicate cover items. It's not unusual for a large home to have 2 kitchens, 3 or 4, central air conditioning system, multiple water heaters. These are our concerns. When it comes to claims, we want to be sure that we know all the detail for liability reason. Some home warranty companies do require a copy of the home inspection report for approval of sale of a home warranty plan for larger home. As the property gets bigger and more expensive, the benefit of a home warranty actually diminish. The home warranty premium may go up 3 times than a regular home, but the liability can go up even higher. Currently, most ordinary home warranty policies are traditionally designed to protect homes under 5,000 square feet. In my view, this policy may have trouble to meet the satisfaction of a luxury home. For ordinary homes, a home warranty plan is still available too against ordinary daily repairs.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The next question will be for Joseph. Joseph, can my home inspector advise me on whether to buy the house?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's not our field of expertise. A lot of times I get asked, like at the end of my inspection, hey, Joseph, would you buy this home? Is this a great investment? What do you think? As much as I would like to tell you, but I have to stay impartial. I can only tell you the functioning portions of the house and not whether or not you should buy it. I can only tell you these are the safety concerns, like Tony mentioned earlier, maybe some improvements such as installing gutters to help drain water away from the property. Again, even though most inspections are done at the buyer's request, home inspectors are always impartial and unbiased during the inspection process.
Thank you. Next question is for Sandy. Sandy, can the buyer add coverage after close of escrow?
They can. They have up to 60 days to add options after the close of escrow, but it's super important to remember that they can't add coverage because something has failed. For example, escrow closes, the seller left the kitchen refrigerator dies. You cannot call your home warranty and say, oh, you know what? I need to add kitchen refrigerator coverage because it just died. That's a pre-existing condition. The best thing to do is to make sure that you order everything that you need before the close of escrow, option-wise with your home warranty. So that the day escrow closes, everything that you need is covered. But things happen and things get overlooked. So do it as soon as possible after the close of escrow. You have up to 60 days, but the only question we'll ask is it in good, safe working order? And it has to be to have coverage. So you cannot add things that have failed, but you can add things that are super old, but they have to be in safe working condition when you add them. And then that it would just continue on through the term of the contract. If you add it 60 days in and there's only 10 months left on the contract, it expires obviously when the contract expires.
Thank you. Next question is for Tony. Tony, as a home inspection, you deal with a lot of first-time home buyer. What advice would you give them about the home inspection process? I'm sorry, Tony, should I repeat that question? Oh, Tony, you're muted. I don't know why. You're muted. Can someone unmute Tony?
There we go. Sorry about that. I got muted again somehow. Yeah, first-time home buyers. I always, there's an article that I wrote on my website specifically for advice for first-time home buyers. As you all know, you first-time home buyers are generally very emotional. They're buying their first house. They're very stressed. There's a lot of things going on. There's appraisals, there's loans, there's all kinds of stuff. And then of course the home inspector comes in. So I always advise that they speak with a home inspector. A lot of them will go from recommendations from realtors, and we appreciate that. But have them speak with the actual home inspector, not a receptionist. There's a couple of things that they should ask, like what's included. Most of the time, they don't know what the process is of a home inspection, and when they get the home inspection summary at the end, or they get the report, and the first few pages of any home inspection report are going to have a summary of nothing but the stuff that's wrong with the house. It tends to overwhelm them sometimes. And I think if they know ahead of time, hey, listen, we're going to do your home inspection. We're very likely going to uncover a few items here and there. It's not the end of the world. We'll tell you what we think is an issue, what's not an issue, and then you're going to continue working with your realtor to get through the process. And I think the expectation sometimes of a homeowner is a little off, and so when they get to the home inspection, they tend, especially first-time home buyers, they tend to really stress out. So that's the advice I would give them. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Tony. The next question is for Joseph. This is a final question for Joseph. We have a lot of time. You can talk more. One more question. Will my inspector uncover every single thing wrong with the house?
Yes.
Joseph.
No, I'm just kidding. As much as I would like to say yes, we can't. Oftentimes when after the home inspection, like I love how this kind of goes right after Tony's question, is that home buyers, they are like under this assumption, like, oh man, the home inspector is going to uncover every single thing in this house. So I'll have all the information. And as much as we would like to uncover all these things, we can't see through walls like Superman. We're home inspectors. We're just also guests in the seller's home. We don't live in this home, so this is also our very first time being on site at the property. We can't tear into the walls to look look behind it and rip things apart to see what's making a noise. We're there for literally just a visual inspection of anything that's readily accessible for us. So if there's like a china cabinet, a large furniture, a bed, giant bed frame, we're not going to be able to move that. With that being said, you know, it does sound pretty bad, but you know, there's a good thing of that we do use specialized tools such as infrared cameras, even moisture meters that allow us to gather some more information, especially with things that we can't see with the naked eye. But buyers definitely really need to be realistic with what we can find visually. One of the examples is when it's a really rainy day, and you know your inspector is not going to be able to get on the roof, you know, just because he or she could slip off and get injured. You know, it's a slip hazard. Instead, what we'll do is find another way around it. You know, adapt, overcome, and we'll check the attic sheathing for any signs of leaks, and you know, at least that can give you some more additional information. We'll definitely do our very best to find as much information as it is possible for the buyers.
Thank you. Okay, and the next question is for David. David, if I am buying an older home as is with a broken AC and a leaking water heater, can I purchase a home warranty plan, and how would it affect my coverage?
Well, try another company first. I'm just kidding.
Sandy's.
Not mine.
My goal is to bankrupt them so I can monopolize the business. I'm just kidding. Home warranty policies usually require all cover items to be in good working order prior to the close of escrow. This is almost universal with all companies. If that's the case, this policy will cover failure of these items as a result of normal wear and use. These are very universal guidelines. In reality, it is difficult for home warranty companies to know beforehand that any cover items are not working unless we have access to a home inspection report or any disclosure. Whichever the case, it does not change most company policy guidelines. If we have any knowledge, facts that your AC was broken or your water heater was leaking when you file your claim, be the information from the caller, buyer, tenant, or from your disclosure, home inspection report, or the technician's report that we send out, we will further ask for any legitimate proof of repair to review your case. If the repair was done properly by a licensed professional, and there is evidence that it had been functioning normally after the repair, we will honor the claim and continue the coverage. A note of caution, I have seen repair receipt that look like the repair was done by an unlicensed person or handyman because it was written on a napkin. That proof of repair may not be acceptable. Here's a tip. If the seller promised to repair something, be sure to confirm if the repair is serviced by a licensed professional and the receipt is legitimate to be sure the work is done properly. With any written guarantee is for everyone's benefit.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
And the next question is for Sandy. It's a final question for Sandy. Are there age limits on the systems or appliances that are covered?
No, we have no age limits. So if your home inspector goes through and they note things like air conditioner has exceeded its lifespan. Not everything dies within 10 years. Some things actually exceed their lifespan. And as long as they put that the unit is functional, it's covered by your home warranty. It doesn't matter how old it is. If they put non-functional, it's not covered. I mean, it's pretty much that simple. And that's the benefit of a home warranty for these home buyers is they're going through and their home inspector or their agent says, hey, look, you know, these appliances are older. They are at the end of their lifespan, but they're still functional. That's where you're really going to benefit from your home warranty when these things do fail, and the home warranty is there to take care of that or help you take care of that and save these new home buyers a tremendous amount of money off, you know, old appliances and old systems that are on their way out. But as long as they say they're functional, they're covered by your home warranty. And that's the big ticket. Make sure that you note and see if these things say functional or not. And David was right. If something says non-functional and you get it repaired, keep that invoice with your home inspection report. So if something comes up later, you can say, hey, we got the repairs done before escrow closed, boom, we're good to go. But age is not a factor.
Thank you. This is the last question from the panelists. It's for Tony. What advice would you give realtor to make the home inspection process easier?
Well, before I touch on that, I want to piggyback on a little bit on what Sandy and David said, because I've had this experience with home warranties. Very frequently during the transaction, the home inspector will go out, will do the inspection. We will give the buyer and the realtor the report, and then it goes into negotiation. And you will negotiate a credit with the seller. Let's say there's something wrong with the HVAC system, which Sandy touched on. If there's something wrong with it and you negotiate a credit, the buyer needs to make sure that the repairs actually get done after escrow closes. I run into this frequently, and I've gotten a few phone calls because after escrow closed, they never actually did the repair, and then the unit failed, and they submit the claim to their home warranty, and they get denied. And so I get the phone call either from the home warranty or from the realtor or from the buyer saying that, hey, I got denied. And I look at the report, it's like, hey, I pointed this out, even if it was a maintenance related item. It still needed some work, and the work never got done because the credit was given, but the work never got done after escrow closed. So in answer to the question, what advice would I give realtors? I'll go back to what I said earlier. I think the expectation of home buyers, they needs to be helped along early in the process, because particularly first-time home buyers, if you're a seasoned buyer, investor, stuff like that, the process backwards and forwards. You've done this a few times. But if you're a first-time home buyer, everything's going to scare you, whether it be all the loan application and paperwork, or the appraisal, making sure the appraisal is going to come in the way it's supposed to, the termite inspection, and of course the home inspection. I think if the expectations are set early on in the process and the buyer understands what the process is, and that it's going to be a lot of moving parts, and that not all of it means something bad, I think when they get to the home inspection process, it will make it a lot easier for them to understand it. And even if we do uncover things that that need attention, it's not necessarily the end of the world. They can still negotiate. They can consult. I always consult with my buyers afterwards via phone conference or video conference, and review the report with them. And we can tell them, look, this is a big problem, this is a little problem, but as long as they have the understanding beforehand that, hey, things will come up, and it's not the end of the world, your transaction can still move forward. I think it makes the process that much smoother for everybody involved. So that would be my advice for realtors, is to explain the process thoroughly and set the expectation of the home buyer. Like Joseph said, we're likely not going to be able to see every last little thing in a house because there's furniture. Garages you've seen it, garages sometimes are full. You open the door, you can't even walk in. So yeah, I think as long as the home buyers have that expectation and they know what the process is, it makes the job easier for all of us.
Yes, very good answer. Thank you, Tony. That's all the questions. I saw a lot of questions in chat, so William will address them for the panelists. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Please don't leave yet. I do have a number of questions in the chat box, and I do want to welcome everyone. If you have questions for our panelists, please enter them into the chat box. Before I ask the first question, Carol asked a question, but I'm not sure if we need further elaboration. She asked sewage issues. So I'm not sure if I understand the question. And if Carol, if you want to elaborate more, please welcome to do so. First question was from Cecilia Rudar. What if you only want a home warranty for an ADU or guest house? Can you do that?
I can answer that. If it's got its own address, yes. If it does not have its own property address, then no.
Thank you. And I got a question here. It says, I'm not sure who this question is for, but it's asking, why do appraisers also care about the safety issues? Working detectors, water heaters strapped, water stains on ceiling and walls, and mold. I think this is for our inspectors.
Yeah, that was my question, because Joseph said in the beginning, inspector care about safety, appraiser care about value, but on the appraiser, they always care about those items. Can you explain?
That's a good question. Unfortunately, I haven't worked with an appraiser. I just know that a lot of times after I do the inspection, they usually have the appraiser come in or sometimes at the same time, they just kind of do their quick thing. If they see, obviously, if it's a safety issues, they definitely want us. It's just to make sure that the home's safe and have that repaired as well as we do. Sometimes, for example, I'm not a termite specialist, but if I do see it, I will note that. So let's see, maybe if Tony, do you have any?
Yeah, a lot of the requirements for appraisers changed after the crash in 2008, and they started getting a lot more strict with what they report as opposed to just value, because as you may or may not know, back prior to 2008, 2007, 2008, a lot of appraisers were doing drive-by appraisals and not actually even taking a look at the property because the market was so crazy, kind of like it is now. But they, after the economy recovered, there was a lot of new restrictions that were placed on appraisers of what they need to actually do and see, and they actually have to be on the property most of the time. And so they added all of these things, these safety related things, and they will take a look, for example, at the condition of the roof. If the roof is really beaten up and it's visible from the ground, the appraiser will note it. They'll note the water heater strapping. They will note smoke and alarm, carbon monoxide alarms. But occasionally they note some stuff that kind of perplexes me. Because I'll get the phone call from the realtor and says, "Hey, the appraiser said that you need to do this or that we need to do that," and I have to contradict them occasionally and say, "No, you actually don't have to do that. The code says that this, and that." And while I appreciate their concern, sometimes the appraiser doesn't get those things right. But I think all in all, it's a good thing because it protects the buyer when all of these things come up. So we kind of overlap each other. Kind of like when we do home inspections, we look out for obvious signs of termites, even though we're not termite inspectors. And if there's any damage to the actual wood, we'll put it down. If there's signs of termites, we'll put down that it looks like there's termites. Please have your termite inspector take a look. And we overlap, and we do the same thing with appraisers as well. So I welcome it.
All right, thank you. And I want to ask my question before Alicia kicks in. So my question is, a lot of times when we close on an escrow and some problem just suddenly arise, like a pipe burst or something doesn't work, and this is for our warranty people, that who should the buyer call? Say if a water pipe just burst or if the water heater just suddenly bursted. Should we call home warranty or should we call home insurance, and how to mitigate the problem?
I can take that question. If your buyer close up escrow, move into the home, and start notice some irregularity of any cover item, such as water heater not generating hot water or leaking, or plumbing issue, AC doesn't work. These are very common things for a buyer to experience throughout the year. In fact, majority of the calls came in for home warranty claims within 3 weeks after the close of escrow. There are two reasons for it. Number one is the buyer moving into a new home. They're kind of exploring what's new and what's different there. So they will see a lot of irregularities and they start to have some concerns. Some of them are real, some of them are just, the way the house was operating is a little bit different. Every house is different. But in case of in case of any legitimate claim, make sure that that item was properly inspected and was in good working order before. And then the number two thing to be aware of, they must have what they call establish a history of use, and then the failure and happen afterward, and they may file a claim. Because if you called in right after the close of escrow, report a lot of these problems, they're going to question every one of them to make sure they are not pre-existing, they are the result of normal wear and use, and sometimes they will need to gather more facts to sustain the claim. However, it's not unusual that I heard from a buyer as soon as they move in, they call me, they said, I have a list of things for you to repair. I said, the list, how many items are there? They said 18. I said, what is that? Oh, that's the list I gave it to the list I submit to the seller to repair all these things, but he did not fix any of those. Can you take care of that for me? It's kind of might sound funny, but it's kind of the misunderstanding of a home warranty policy, and they kind of treat us like a fixer-upper company or a rehab company. And if I put in another head, I might make some more money on that, but otherwise, no.
Okay, thank you. And next question we have is from Claire Smith. She said, I have a kitchen sink faucet problem as water stream control broken and stream not stable in size. The home warranty did not change the control, instead telling us to call the faucet maker to get the control parts and change it ourselves. Would it be covered?
I'll take that one. Yes and no. If the faucet's still under manufacturer's warranty, then go through the manufacturer. You won't have to pay the $75 or $85 service fee. So that might be what that was about. And some faucets have longer than 1 year. Water heaters have 5 to 7 year warranties, and air conditioners have up to 10 years. So faucets may have 5 or 7 year warranties on them, depending on the brand. So that could be why the plumber guided the homeowner that way, to save them money in labor costs that would just be covered by the manufacturer. That's how I would start. Make sure it's not under a manufacturer's warranty. And if it is, go through the manufacturer, save yourself some money, and they'll take care of it for you.
Can I add something to it?
Sure.
A lot of time we have noticed homeowner, they complain about faucet. They said the water stream is so low. I don't get enough water coming from the faucet. It turned out those are energy saving faucets. They were designed for that purpose, to save water, and their complaint was not valid because as we look at it and we found out those are energy saving faucet. That's the way they are, because in the state of California, we're very concerned about water conservation. So there's a lot of this new technology came out, for that purpose. However, if the faucet is still under manufacturer warranty, we usually don't touch it at all. If it's under factory warranty and it's a defective faucet, they have to contact the manufacturer. But if it's not under factory warranty and it's something that's obviously broken, then we'll take a look at it and make sure that it's normal wear and tear.
Great, thank you both. Next question is from Frankie Ho, and this is also a warranty question. Can home warranty companies deny the repair request from new buyer because the problem were in home inspection report before close of escrow? I think we touched on this.
Yes. In fact, let me give you a pro tip for all the realtors listening. Don't ever say during the home inspection, don't worry about it, your home warranty will cover that. Don't let those words ever come out of your mouth. Let the home warranty experts make promises for our company. Don't make promises for companies that you can't keep, okay? Say, hey, I've got a home warranty rep, let's call them. But don't say, don't worry about it, the home warranty is going to take care of it. Because if your home inspector is saying it's not working, no, we won't. Okay, and that is the short, quick, it's not covered answer if it's not working.
That was my question, so you can skip that question. That's what
Yeah,
not a lot of realtors say that, but not from this board.
No, never this board.
Not from this board.
No, no.
Can I also respond to Frankie's question?
Sure.
Actually, we don't deny the repair request from new buyer. We only look at the problem. Like I said in my presentation before, for as long the problem was, if the problem is, if it says in your home inspection report, your AC is not working, we need proof of repair before we can proceed with the home warranty coverage, because we do not cover anything that's already broken.
Okay, thank you. And we got a question from Teresa Lam. The home buyer lost the usage of the AC after 2 months of dwelling. Is there a way the inspection couldn't have found out the AC issue? So I guess this is an inspection question.
I'm sorry, the AC age?
Well, the AC stopped working after 2 months.
Oh, I mean, unfortunately, we can't. Home inspectors, we don't carry around a crystal ball. I wish we could, but during the home inspection, we're mainly testing the functions, making sure everything is working at normal operating conditions at the time of the inspection. If like a lot of how Sandi and David has been saying, like if it works at the time of the inspection, and we say it works at the time, then that's pretty much what we got. Unfortunately, we can't predict what's going to happen to the units. But if, however, we do notice that there's some performance issues, we do recommend having a specialist, like an HVAC technician, to come out to further evaluate and to see if there's any repairs that might be needed, and have that done prior to close.
Yeah, we very frequently, one of the things that we look at on all systems, not just HVAC, is the age. And I know Frankie touched on this, or Sandi touched on this. We do look at the age of the system, and we do look for signs of aging in the system. While technically the system may have been working when we were doing the inspection, one of the things I look for example, on older heating systems is rust. And if I see rust inside the unit, inside the underneath the burners, for example, and I see rust flakes, I always call it out as a potential for further evaluation from a heating company, because that's an indication that there may be a hole, for example, in the heat exchanger above. And if you get a hole in the heat exchanger, now you're mixing combustion gases with regular air that you're pumping through the house. Or if the motor is operating a little louder than normal, we'll point that out and say, hey, it's operating unusually loud. Now, technically, during the inspection, it was working. It produced hot, it produced cold air, but it was older, and we point that out. And so what happens is that when the homeowner moves in, they didn't have anybody take a look at it. 2 months later, it fails. They'll call the home warranty company, and home warranty company is going to want to see the inspection report. And very frequently they get denied. And then who gets the next phone call? It will be you as a realtor, or me as a home inspector. Is like, why didn't you find this? It gave out 2 months after we moved in. And like Joseph said, unfortunately, these are the things that we cannot predict the lifespan of the unit. We can tell you when it's older and when we think that it is at the end of its lifespan, or there's indications of potential future problems. But that's as far as we can go. If nothing is done, if there's a credit that's negotiated, but no work is actually done after close of escrow, then you'll very likely end up getting denied by the home warranty company.
Thank you. We have a question from Carol. Her question was, is sewage covered in any of the home warranty plans?
I think it's your turn, David.
Okay. All the dirty works.
Yeah, you
sewer
want
line.
fun stuff.
Okay. Well, actually, very simple. Sewage backup is covered by most home warranty policies. What that means is, if you use your home normally and you experience a sewer line backup, such as your toilet is backing up, your bathtub is backing up, or even your kitchen sink is backing up, those issues are common and normal wear and tear. So what can the home warranty policy do for you? We are limited to clear the stoppage mainly by a snake or cable. If it's necessary, depending on the plan that you purchase, we may do hydrojetting because it's more expensive. And I would say, the cable solution will take care about 95% of the ordinary stoppage. But there are some 5% or more, the unusual stoppage cannot be cleared by the cable alone, such as you have, we pull out tree roots. It kind of indicate that your sewer line may have collapsed or broken, growing trees in there. So in those cases, most policy that I know do not cover tree roots. And in terms of sewer line replacement, I would say, I don't want to say that we cover that, but it depends on the plan, depends on the company. And most of the time, I don't see that we replace the sewer line underground because it involves three processes. Number one, we have to determine the collapse with the camera. Number two, you have to hire someone to dig up all the soil. And number three, you have to replace the sewer line underground. With some home warranty policy, you may get limited coverage if it's determined your sewer line is caused by normal wear and tear, but the proof is sometimes a little bit challenging.
Thank you, David. One last question from Kenny Lin. Can the buyer still change coverage options? I guess his question is, at the beginning of escrow, they thought the seller was taking the dryer and washer with them, but at the end of escrow, they found out that they're not. So can the home warranty still be covered, or can they still add that option to cover those items?
Say that again?
So washer and dryer, does the buyer have the option to add coverage at the end of escrow if they
Sure,
were not
absolutely.
included?
They have the 60 days. They just have to be in good, safe working order when they add them. It doesn't matter if the buyer brought them from their own home. It doesn't matter if the seller left them. It doesn't matter if they got them off close five. Don't care. As long as they're installed and in good, safe working order, they have up to 60 days to add options.
Great. That is all the questions. Carol did ask about sewage, that what if it's broken? But I guess that's pre-existing condition, right?
If I
Well,
may,
and most home warranty companies actually have an extended pipe coverage now that they add as an option to cover the main line in the yard, but it's never going to cover enough to pay for the entire main line. Some companies have $500, some have $1,000 worth of coverage, all depending on why the breakage happened. It has to be normal wear and tear, right? Can't be roots, can't be things that aren't covered by a home warranty, but that's optional coverage that would have had to have been purchased prior to the failure. So, before close of escrow, add the external pipe that most of us have now, and then it would only cover a portion, whatever the limits are for that home warranty. Most home warranties have limits on certain systems or appliances. Kitchen appliances have their own limits individually. Generally speaking, air conditioners don't have a limit, water heaters don't have a limit, but other things might have limits. And it's important to research those things so that you're getting the very best that you can for your clients, understanding that there are limits to most things in life.
If I can touch on what Sandy just said and David said, yeah, some of the home warranty companies that I've heard about, they do have limits as to what they cover and how far they cover the sewer line outside of the house into the front yard. And most of the time, if there's a major break in the sewer line, it doesn't cover the entire cost of it. A sewer collapse due to tree roots and having to trench it out can literally cost thousands of dollars. I always recommend that if you see certain things on the property, that you recommend your buyer do a sewer inspection during the home inspection process, because I would guesstimate about 80% of the sewer inspections that I do, I find something, whether it be a small problem or a huge problem. And if you see the obvious, if you see a tree in the front yard, an older tree in the front yard, that's something you might want to consider telling your buyer, your potential buyer, hey, you might want to get a sewer inspection beforehand. Or if the house is really old and there's a long distance between the house and the street, there's a potential that that pipe could have settled underground over the years. And so there might be a pipe that's actually either disconnected or broken. Newer houses, primarily, it's very rare that you actually need a sewer inspection, whether you're going to have many problems, you have newer ABS pipes. But on the older houses, you should definitely consider recommending it to your buyer.
All right, thank you very much. We need to move on, but thank you all for being here. And on behalf of the West San Gabriel Valley Realtors, we would like to thank our guest speakers for their very informative presentation. Thank you all.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent.
And now we have our attendance drawing. So if you are the winner, please type your DRE member name and email in the chat box. Hin Jung Tan. Are you in the house?
Nope.
Ooh, next one. Rosa Reyes. Is Rosa in the house? If you are, please type your name.
Rosa is in the house. Let's see if we can find Rosa.
Please acknowledge yourself and type in your name.
We try to unmute this person as well. Rosa, Rosa.
I don't mind winning it again.
Okay, David, I can't find you to mute you. Where are you? Okay. Or let's move on. See if
We have Chi Yu Chen. Chi Yu Chen, if you are here.
Nope.
She's
nope,
not.
nope.
Let's move on.
He or
Rosa,
she-
if you can hear us, we're waiting. We may have a Leonard Ortega. Rosa
Yes,
is here.
this
Thank
person
you,
is here.
Rosa.
Yes.
Leonard, if you're here, please acknowledge with your name and.
Yeah, this person is here.
So Rosa,
But-
please type in your email address. And Leonard, if you're here, type in your name and email address as well. Let's
Rosa, we know you're here, so could you type in your email address so we make sure that you are a member?
Thank you, Rosa. And Ray Fu is the next winner.
Ray Fu
And
is
thank
not
you,
here.
Leonard. Oh, Ray Fu is not here, so let's move on. David Chen.
Yeah, I don't know that person, do you? David,
You
David, you
can talk
won.
now. Thank you. Congratulations, David.
Ortega here?
Yes, yes, she's here.
Okay.
Yeah, we got three. We got all
Yeah,
three.
we got Rosa, we got Leonard, and we got David. Sure.
Let's make sure their email is here. Yeah, Rosa email is here.
Leonard's email is here. Yep.
Okay, and David, do we need David's email?
No, I have it.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Next, we have the education classes. Please make sure to participate in our education classes. A list of upcoming classes is displayed on your screen. The first one is 2021 Code of Ethics training. It is happening on Friday, August 27th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It is free for only the WSGBR primary members. Next, we also have a CCIM residential real estate financial analysis. This is happening on Tuesday, August 31st, 2021. It is a full day class from 8:30 to 5:30. The cost is $279 for WSGBR members. I believe this is a hybrid, right? And I was also asked to announce that it's part of a 3 different series of CCIM. So we also have a second series of CCIM class. It's CI 101, and it is happening from September 20th to the 24th. They are 4 full days of classes. I'm not sure if the date is correct because they're actually 5 days. The third series is CI 104. It is from November 29th to December 3rd. That's the date I have. It also says it's 4 days, but it's 5 days. But these will be held in live class at WSGVR with our senior instructor, Ms. Camila Ma. So for more information, please visit wsgvar.com under education and education schedule to enroll all of the series for commercial designation class. And we also have a 45-hour DRE license renewal continuing education webinar. It is happening on September 3rd, Friday, from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Cost is $85. And we also have a realtor safety course happening Monday, September 13th, from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. It is free for everyone. Next slide. Don't forget to register for the CAR Expo. It is taking place virtually from October 5th to October 7th. And please also join us next week as we welcome Robert Izozaki, the Special Assistant of Public Affairs in LA County Assessor's Office. Next week will be September 3rd at 9 a.m. The program chair for September will be Cecilia Rudar. And please make sure to visit our website, www.wsgvar.com. The meeting is now adjourned. Thank you very much.